morning, friends. Blessed be. It is a glorious morning here. It's been a little foggy, and I love foggy mornings. But I think the fog is kind of dissipating, which I guess is good since I'm venturing out into the woods. I thought I would come out here because I had a friend on YouTube that asked me to share my story of my path of being a Christian witch. So that's what I'm going to do with you today as we explore in the woods. So, as some of you probably know, I've talked about it a lot. My grandma was a witch. I always grew up hearing that she was a witch, and you know, I knew she did a lot of magic. She was the most magical woman I've ever known. She would she would find money in the craziest places. She would like make things happen. It was crazy. So, you know, but I just never really questioned it or really thought, much about it. You always hear that witches are the the scary green ladies, that live in the woods, and I just thought my grandma was magic in her own right and just being silly about calling herself a witch. So, it wasn't until I was an adult that I found out, yes, she was actually a practicing witch, and she was in a coven, and it explained a lot of unexplainable things that I experienced in my childhood. But my grandma's passed, and so I was never really able to find out anymore about that. And I was raised full gospel, non-denominational in the church. And, I love God and I feel God. And when I look into the eyes of animals and I come out here in nature, God's all around and I feel that. But I've always called bullshit on the ideas of the organized religions and churches and the people who dress up in their finest, most expensive clothes to go sit in a fancy building. That doesn't resonate with me at all. And so then when I started really exploring the path of my grandma, and wanting to honor her path, it was hard to reconcile, my Christian upbringing to the path that I thought my grandma was following. But the more I studied and learned and researched about magic and witchcraft, somehow, it brought me back around to what I know of God. Nothing that I learned in the church, or what I was brainwashed, but the essence of love, and the feeling you get when you come to nature, that God. And so then, you study Christianity and its origins and the Bible and everything, and it's just fraught with deceit, and I just feel like it started out as an amazing thing, but people twisted it and confused it. And, there's aspects of the Christianity that we have today that are just pure evil, and I want no part of that. But I can't discount the personal experiences that I've had with God, and the more I learn of like sacred geometry, and my feeling of God can fit so perfectly into like God is the source, God is the all, the singularity. Um, and it's just about taking what resonates with you. You hear that, and it sounds like I'm just regurgitating what everyone else is saying, but what we have to do in this life anyway is take our experiences and what we know and feel to be true in our heart and soul and reconcile it to the way things are, you know? Um, and so I think that's what everybody does in their spiritual path.